about. We put together, with the help of a young woman who actually works at the Thrive Center, who is Crystal Stoddard, and a woman by the name of Nora Milligan, who put together a resource directory of every single rehab facility compliant in the state of New York, broken down by county. And with the help of a friend of mine, also by the name of Jackie Pecora, this resource directory is color-coded, and basically it's everything from inpatient and outpatient and sober homes, and where intensive residential treatment is available, and Vivitrol and detox programs. So so it was a lot of work. I'm hoping to try and, I guess you could say, give a rebirth to the magazine, which I feel is very important here on the island.
Yes.
And and the resource directory, like I said, it really is it's fantastic. There are countless organizations.
You are listening to Donna Marie. My technician, he didn't push my button on my camera, which is okay. So we want to go back over some things I had covered before for you. We want to thank Chris Madden for sponsoring the show, and I had covered something that happened here on Long Island. It said that the angry Long Island joined other New Yorkers on Thursday in protesting Donald Trump's ousting of Attorney General Sessions, a move they feel will lead Trump to try to squash the investigation into the Russian tampering in the 2016 election. And trotting signs and chatting calls such as Trump is not above the law. Several hundred Long Islanders held rallies to show support for the special prosecutor, Robert Mueller, investigation into the election. People are watching, and Trump should not be stopping the Mueller investigation, said Catherine Nasarino of Shirley. She joined the crowd gathered outside the district of Lee Zeldman of Petchall. I am sorry we are here again, she added, noting that the group had protests were several times this year against Trump policies. But if we didn't have a president like this, we wouldn't be here today. People expressed outrage that Trump had forced out the Sessions, who had recused himself from the investigation due to his Russian contact during the campaign, and replaced him with acting Attorney General Matthew Whitaker, who was criticizing the probe. Louis Gaddis 70 of Port Jefferson Station grew parallel between the fine to when President Richard Nixon ordered the fine of the special prosecutor investigation in the Watergate scandal. Protesters said the group Move On has been planning rallies for months, with people signing up across social media. They were waiting, people said, for Trump to step over the red line and moving against the Mueller probe. More than 900 rallies were reported held by city nationwide. Although saving the Mueller investigation was a unifying cause, a number of people said they were protesting a host of action by Trump. I do not like a president who racist and want to obstruct justice, Thomas Munchinady of Lake Grove said. Organizers came equipped with microphones and a stack of signs to hand out. Marcia Gerstein, founder of the group Show Up Long Island, led the group to call and respond chats. who is not above the law, she called out with full lungs power. Trump is not above the law. The story of this article is that we believe that this Russian investigation should continue because we cannot have no one in this country above the law. I feel like that let the facts fall where they may, and whatever happened, let it happen. So that's my view. So Donna, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. You know,
Have a seat.
I'm fine. I love.
I'm finished.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought we were talking more of the opiate crisis.
Sure, come on.
On Long Island.
They can't see you. Come on.
No, I know. So.
I understand.
Commercial break at all? Is there a commercial break at all on the program?
No.
No commercial break.
Yeah. So go ahead and talk a little bit about your opioid crisis.
Well, like I said, we are losing hundreds of lives each day across the country. So, that's why basically, I had started the magazine again, was for education and empowering individuals and families, and where to connect with the compliant and proper resources for people to get help. There's a wonderful organization called FIST, which is Families in Support of Treatment, that do a tremendous amount of work, again, is to help and assist families.
So how many, you mentioned something about this lady, she's very close to you, she lost her son to this crisis?
I have, there's a lot of families and women, as well as men too, who lost their children from an overdose. And it's tragic, and these families and these individuals, for them to move further and move on, it's quite difficult. So what I've learned over the last several years is seeing these parents, as well as brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, come together with a force and go out there and again are speaking words and offering encouragement to other families that there is recovery is possible. Recovery is possible. Even organizations
so what is the
such as Teen Challenge that does a tremendous
Teen Challenge
amount of work. Yes.
Okay. So what is the message that you want to get out today to your viewers out in radio land with this opioid crisis?
Well, it's just again, it's a lot of this started because there were people that were whether they were injured and went to their doctors, and the doctors prescribed opiates for pain, and you became addicted to that. There was a young woman who was very
So you gotta be careful how you get treatment, because you're saying the doctors always strive that.
Well, there are doctors out there that have
painkillers.
prescribed. Yes,
Painkillers,
absolutely.
so-
And again, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just an individual and a woman, and a person who cares about our community. I really feel that the education that should be enforced in schools doesn't start in middle school or start in high school. It starts in elementary school. So, and I do know, just that there has been, funding now that's been put into effect.
Is that Victor? Yes.
There has been funding that has now been put in effect through the White House to help with this crisis that we're losing people every day in astronomical numbers. So
Well, we got Victor coming on the show.
Trying to come.
All right, he probably got lost.
No,
Okay. Go ahead.
I was downstairs.
Oh, you were downstairs? Oh my goodness. And I went down there.
Victor?
Thank you. Victor is on. This is Donna Maria. She is someone involved with non-profits, and she worked with women issues, and she is involved with the open crisis right now. So, Victor, welcome. Welcome to the Lounge Room. What's going on?
You tell me. It's a very interesting topic. I think
It's-
we should continue it before I was.
So how long you been downstairs?
About 10 minutes.
Okay. I left both doors
I
open.
couldn't get it open.
Somebody-
A lady had to unlock it for me.
Okay.
Somebody else locked it. That happens
Somebody
to me
came
all
in
the time.
and-
I leave
yes.
the door open, so when it goes out, locks it.
So we was sharing stories about the opioid crisis. We losing a lot of young people to this disease, and we believe that sometimes the doctors prescribe medicine, painkiller for the children, and they get hooked on this painkiller and so forth. Do you know anyone in your area that
I've
been
had
involved?
personal experience with it, with people in my family. And the problem with those medications is they get into the nervous system very quickly. And for each of us, it could be a different amount of time.
Okay.
But 30 days, you're really pushing it. I just had surgery, and they gave me a 30-day supply. And after 6 days, I threw them away.
Right.
Mainly because I was
a lot-
afraid.
Right, exactly. And the problem is too, is now that I think over the last several years, there has been a lot more education on it. I mean, if you think about it, years back too, if someone would go to a dentist just to get a tooth pulled,
Sure.
there would be no reason why a prescription
Mm-hmm.
for a very powerful opiate would be prescribed for more than maybe
Mhm.
for 3 to 5 days, maybe tops, but no,
Right.
they were prescribing. But again, I'm gonna, just say that I am not a doctor.